Hello Dalets and welcome. Today you're watching Norel Dolls. So for today's video, I'm going to be telling you tips on how you can become a pro trader in Adopt Me so that you can get rich in 2026. My first tip for you is that you should learn values. So I know a lot of people don't like the new value system, especially older players who were there before there was like a value system. But nowadays, if you want to grow your inventory, you're gonna have to choose a value system and like learn that value system, which one of the main two value systems are either AMVGG or ElfBread. I personally use AMVGG and sometimes ElfBread. The reason why I do that is because I just think that Elf undervalues megas, and I personally really enjoy trading for megas, so I do not want to use Elf as of currently because I feel like whenever I have like a good mega on there and I put it into like the Elf value system, Elf undervalues it while AMVGG gives it like a good value. So this is why I use AMVGG, but I know for newer players that Elf is way easier to understand. Honestly, AMVGG is still so difficult for me to understand, but I personally use it because that's what I currently prefer. You can, of course, choose whatever value system you want, but I would recommend that you use values because depending too much on happy values could end up downgrading your inventory. So, for my second tip, this might be a bit of a contrary to the last one, but sometimes demand does overpower values. And what I mean by that is that maybe you have a valuable pet, but the demand of it is not like the best. For example, maybe a mega flaming fox. I had that, and it's a bit hard to trade compared to like maybe two turtles and ads. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. If you get like a small underpay, but all the pets that the person is offering are good demanded, then you can probably profit from that and you can like get an overpay for each one of those pets separately. That would basically add up to more than the flaming fox that you traded or whatever you traded. Um, I'm using the flaming fox example because I just traded my flaming fox literally like 2 minutes ago, so it's so fresh in my head. So yeah, that's something you really need to focus on, but you have to make sure that those pets are like really well demanded, because if they're not well demanded as much as you thought they were, then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of this tip, because you basically just want to have really well demanded pets. So, for my third tip, it's that don't make too many of your pets not for trade. It's okay to have a couple of pets that you're just really attached to and you don't want to trade, but sometimes you click on someone's profile and basically everything they have on their profile is not for trade. And honestly, it's just like you won't be able to progress if you basically put 90% of your inventory as not for trade. It's okay to have favorites. I have my personal favorites in my pets too. As you can see on the screen, I have Dolly, which is my mule, and Lake, which is my happy duckling, and they're not for trade. But I have a lot of other things that are for trade that are worth more than both Dolly and Lake combined. So, what I'm trying to get at is if you want to keep progressing your inventory to be able to get your dream pets that you can then put as not for trade, you're gonna have to like trade away your pets so that you could keep profiting up and up. So, just don't put your whole inventory as not for trade. So, my next tip is use Tradery. Tradery is a trading site that is very well known. You probably heard of it. It's really good because you can list your pets for people to like offer for them. You just gotta search the name of your pet, make a listing of it, which basically when you get on the site, it's very simple to understand how to make a listing, how to do everything. So basically when you put your pet on there and you make a listing, people who are looking for your pet, if they see your listing, they are most likely to overpay for it, and you're most likely to get like good overpays for your pets, because usually when someone's on Tradery, they're either specifically looking to trade for something or they are specifically trying to trade something. You get what I mean? So you will probably be able to get an overpay if you list your pet on Tradery. So, for my next tip is that you should take advantage of new updates. When a new update first comes out, like literally just the first couple of minutes, the first 5 minutes, every pet that releases is gonna have good demand. So if you buy that pet right away when it first comes out, like literally the first minute of the update, and you trade it, you will get good trades. Do not wait to buy the new update pets. If you end up being late to an update by like 5 hours, something like that, just don't buy the new pet. Just don't. Just wait for it to drop, and if you want it, you could trade for it then or get it then. But if you come in the update literally the first minute, you want to buy the pet that is out currently and you want to trade it like straight away, you don't want to wait, you just want to trade it, and you will most likely get like a really good trade. This is what I do practically with almost every single update, and I've gotten pretty decent trades for almost every single time I tried doing this. My next tip is to be aware of what pets are rising and what pets are currently dropping, because you don't want to trade for a pet that's currently dropping. I've done the mistake before where I trade for a pet that was dropping, not knowing that it was dropping because I thought it was just a good pet. For example, Mega Irish Water Spaniel, I traded for it before it dropped, but it was currently dropping, but I did not know that, but I traded for it before it dropped, so I gave an overpay, and then literally 2 days later or like the next day it just dropped like a lot in value, and I was struggling to trade it, and it was a very annoying thing when that happens. So it's good for you to always try to be aware of what's rising and what's dropping. So my last and final tip kind of correlates with the second tip that I gave you, which is know when not to take overpays. And the reason why I say that is because if someone is offering you a huge overpay, but every single pet in their trade is hard to trade or has very low demand, then you're gonna end up having a really hard time trading those pets and upgrading them, because no one wants to trade for a lot of hard to trade pets. The only time you should accept an offer with a lot of hard to trade pets is if they are extremely over. And when I say extremely over, I'm talking like really over. For elf users, I'd say they have to be at least like 15 over. For AMVGG, I'm not really sure. I would say like a whole like 1 over, you know what I mean? So like never take really hard to trade pets unless you're 100% sure that you could profit from them. So those are all the tips I have for you today. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Dollets!